Good days to all the Form 4 and Form 5 students. Today we will focus on HOTS question on AP and GP. Okay, let's go through HOTS question. Inje Muslim starts to save RM 14,000 into his newborn baby's account. The bank offers a 5% interest yearly. Inje Muslim hopes that his child's saving will reach RM 30,000 when his child becomes 18 years old. Do you think he can obtain RM 30,000 when his child becomes 18 years old? Show your calculations. B. If the interest decreases to 3% per year after 10 years. Calculate the total savings when Inje Muslim's child is 18 years old. Can the saving of the child reach 30,000? In order to solve the HOT question, first step is you have to list out three terms. First three terms. So the first term is 14,000. First term.
So I would like to show you the steps to solve the HOTS question. Step 1. Determine and confirm whether GP, whether this is GP or not. So you need to list out three terms. Basically, you need three terms. So the sequence of saving yearly. The first year is 14,000. Second year is 14,000 times 1.05. Okay, later I will show you how to get 1.05. And the next year, the subsequent year, the money will become 14,000 times 1.05 square. Maybe some of you are not sure how to get this. Okay, later I will explain to you using Jamboard, right?
So that means 14,700 times 5%. So there is an increase of 735. Okay, so now the third term become 14,700 plus 735. Okay, so you will get 15,435. Okay, that is the third term. So if you really work out first term, second term, and third term, and then you try to find the common ratio. Common ratio is T2 over T1, right? Or you can take T3 over T2. Okay, then you study the common ratio. So you notice that, okay, first of all, you list out three terms. First term 14,000, second term 14,700, and third term 15,435. T1, T2, and T3 list out. Then you try to find a ratio T2 over T1 and T3 over T2. So, okay, so for the first ratio is 1.05, second also 1.05. So it seems like they are having common ratio. So if changes in percentage, normally it should be GP, it must be geometric progression. Okay, so try to show the first three terms. Find the ratio for each one, T2 over T1, T3 over T2. So you have two ratio. Then if the ratio are the same, then we say the common ratio are the same. Okay, then we make a conclusion. Hence, this is geometric progression. Okay, settle. Now, for the next part is you have to determine the common ratio. R is 1.05. Okay, R is, for another one is T3 over T2 is 1.05. Then common ratio is 1.05. Okay, that is the proper step to show this is a GP. Okay, you have to show 2R. After you show the 2R, you get the same ratio, then you say the common ratio is the same. Right, so this one is very important because for paper 2, the working is important. So you have to show the proper working, how you divide, and then how you simplify your answer, so that the examiner will give you marks for the working marks. Okay, so the common ratio is 1.05. Then the next part is we want to understand what the question asks. So if the question asking which year, so we will find the n. So normally we use Tn. So we use Tn more than 30,000. So we want to make sure we apply the right formula. So substitute your A, substitute your R into your formula, and you try to solve using inequality carefully. Yeah. So if the base can be expressed in index number are the same, the both base are the same, you can use the indices. But if you try to make the base the same but you still cannot, then you have to take log base 10. To make them the same base, you have to take log base 10. Okay, so after you substitute into the formula, you have to simplify carefully lah. Okay, so your A is 14,000. So you substitute A as 14,000 carefully. Then your common ratio, you also just now you got your common ratio is 1.05. So you also substitute. So that means you will write 14,000 times 1.05. Okay, bracket n minus 1, more than 30,000. Now when you solve the equation like this, okay, always remind yourself the 14,000 is a number, it's not index number, it's not indices number, so you cannot multiply into 1.05. That means you cannot take 14,000 times 1.05. That is very common mistake for Form 4 student. Okay, don't multiply the two number if they are having different power. So you take 30,000 divided by 14,000, and you try to use calculator to simplify into fraction. Okay, we prefer answer in fraction, so it's more accurate lah, your answer. So express in fraction 21 over 20 to the power of n minus 1 more than 15 over 7. Okay, fraction is better, okay, because it can give you better answer. Okay, so later we have to take log both base 10 both side lah, it seems, because your base are not the same. So when the base are not the same, we always use log base 10. Okay, so after you apply log base 10, you have to apply power law. Okay, power law to bring down the power. The power is n minus 1 in fact. Okay, so you cannot solve using indices because base not the same. So now we want to use a log base 10 to solve. So you write log base 10, okay, 21 over 20 to the power n minus 1 more than log base 10, 15 over 7. Okay, then you try to solve carefully. Use your power law, bring the power to the in front, and then try to solve it carefully. Okay, because this is inequality. Okay, so we will use log base 10, taking log base 10 both sides. Okay, because the base are not the same, and we cannot use the indices number to solve. So we will take log base 10. So you get ready your calculator, but normally we will press the calculator at the final step, not too early.
Okay, take log base 10 both sides. Log 10 21 over 20 to the power n minus 1 equal to log 10 15 over 7. So please use the power law, bring the power n minus 1 to in front. Okay, so it becomes, so n minus 1 times log 10 bracket 21 over 20 more than log 10 15 over 7. Now you need to bring the log 10 21 over 20 to the right hand side to be divided. Okay, so n minus 1 more than log 10 15 over 7 over log 10 21 over 10. Now you can start to press your calculator. N minus 1 more than 15.6208. Now n more than 15.6208 plus 1. So n more than 16.6208. So n must be integer because n is number of terms.
So n more than 16.62 will be n more than 17, which is the integer. So n more than 17, therefore the nearest integer more than 17 should be 18. Yes, that is the right answer. N is equal to 18. So students, when you do HOTS question, you must make sure you plan your working, do the step, show the step clearly, step by step, okay?
So step 2, you must choose the right formula, okay? So if they ask you which year, so you have to use the n term. Tn equal to ARn minus 1. The power is n minus 1. Okay, when you see total or sum, okay, then you use Sn. But here they say which year, so you should use Tn. So you try to calculate T18. So by using the A 14,000 and the common ratio 1.05 to the power of 18 minus 1, so the money is 32,088.26. So this is for part B question. After 10 years, the amount of money in the bank is 21,718.60. So the sequence of money in the bank will be 21,718.60, comma, 21,718.60 times 1.03, and so on and so forth. So the 8 years is equal to 21,718 times 1.03 to the power of 7. Okay, so the money become 26,711.14. Okay, so the saving will not reach 30,000. So this is the complete answer for HOTS question number 1. So please make sure your answer is in order when you do HOTS question. So let's discuss HOTS question number 2. Cheryl has a toy car collection, which she collects every month. The number of toy cars increases every month according to geometric progression. The total number of toy cars in the first 4 months is 10 times the total number of toy cars in the first month. This is a very important sentence. Total number. Okay, total, when you see total, is always Sn. Alright? So, identify the keywords. So A, if R represents a common ratio, show that R4 minus 10R squared plus 9 equal to 0. Hence, find the positive values of R. And B, calculate the expenses paid by Cheryl in the 6 months if he started to buy 2 toy cars and average price of toy car is 7 ringgit 50 cents.
So by using the Sn formula, Sn equal to Arn minus 1 over R minus 1. Alright, then you follow the sentence. Then you write down the formula. Two, you have to cross multiply carefully and rearrange until you get a general form. Step 3, you need to factorize and solve the R carefully. So because this is R4, so you need to make it R squared minus 1 and R squared minus 9. So after you solve, remember when you square root the R, you will have to answer. So R squared is 1, R squared is 9. So if you solve, you will get R equal to plus minus 1 and R equal to plus minus 3. And you need to reject the answer because as I say for GP, R cannot be equal to 1. So we have to reject the R which is equal to plus minus 1. Okay, so find the positive value of R. So after you factorize, your R squared is 1, R equal to plus minus 1. So you need to reject R equal to plus minus 1 because for GP, R cannot be equal to 1. And for R squared equal to 9, you square root, you have two values of R. R is plus minus 3.
So the instruction of the question mentioned positive value of R. So you must choose the positive value of R. Okay, read the question carefully. Yeah? So for part B, you list out first two terms. So the R is 6 over 2, 3. So sum for the first 6 term because of a 6 month. So you find the S6. So your answer is 728. So because the toy car, the price is 750 cents. So you just take the number 728 times 750 cents. So your answer is 5,460. Okay, that's the answer for part B. Okay, time's up. Let's take a break. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.